Welcome to bongosikha. Aspirants, today I am going to discuss about the governor, that is the nominal executive head of the state. As I already have discussed in our earlier topics that India has adopted a parliamentary system of government. So the same type of government at the center and in the states. Likewise, the center, the same type of government in the states. So the Constitution of India envisages the same pattern, the same model of the government, which is at the center and that is at the states, which is called the parliamentary system. And part 6 of the Constitution deals with the government of the states. So articles 153 to 167 part 6 of the Constitution deal with the state executive. So state executive comprises of the governor, the chief minister, the council of ministers, the advocate general of the state, and so on. So the governor is appointed as an agent of the president. He acts as a representative of the president. So in the state government, there is no office of the vice governor like that of the vice president as we see in the central government. So here is no office for the vice governor in the state. Thus the role of the governor is here is double role, is a dual role, and because he acts as an agent of the president, and the governor is the chief executive means nominal executive head, chief nominal executive head of the state. He is the de jure executive of the state, and whereas as we know that prime minister is the real executive head. Likewise, in the states, the chief minister is the real executive head or the de facto executive. So the governor is the head of the state, and the chief minister is the head of the government. So thus the governor is here the office of the governor is here a dual role. Next, the governor, regarding the appointment of the governor, the constitution lays down no specific provisions in this regard. Neither governor is directly elected by the people, nor there is any specially constituted electoral college like that of the election of the president. So governor is here completely appointed by the president under his by a warrant under his hand and seal. So this is the appointment of the governor. Next, that the governor qualifications for the contesting as the governor. So constitution lays down here two stipulations, two conditions. That is, he should be a citizen of India and he should have completed 35 years of age. And apart from this, there are few conventions regarding the appointment of the governor. That is, governor should be a person who is an outsider of that concerned state whom he is going to be appointed as the governor. He should be the outsider from some other state. Why this is so? This is so because so that he should not engage himself in the local politics. So that is why the governor always should be an outsider of the concerned state of which he is going to be appointed as the governor. And in the appointment of the governor, another convention is there, that is the president always has to consult with the chief minister of the concerned state of which the governor is going to be appointed. So this is the two conventions regarding the appointment of the governor, which you have to remember very carefully. Next, the conditions of the governor's office. Governor either should not be a member of the either house of the parliament, and he should not be either house of the state legislature. If any person is such appointed as a governor, he should have vacated his office on the date from which he enters upon his office as a governor. The governor should not be a member of the either house of neither the parliament nor the state legislature. So this is one point. Secondly, that he should not hold any office of profit. So this is another important thing, and he is entitled to reside in his own official residence, which is the Raj Bhavan, without any payment or tax, and the emolument, salaries, everything is determined regarding the governor by the state legislature from time to time. And when the governor is appointed for more than one state, for 2 or 3 states, then his salary will be distributed by those states in such a proportion which is determined by the president. So that is the another conditions of the governor's office, and his emoluments, his salaries, his pensions, everything will be determined by the state legislature from time to time. So this is the governor's conditions. Next, the oath of office. We know that when a public figure enters his office, he has to swear an oath. He has to take an oath. So the governor here swears that he should uphold the integrity, unity and sovereignty of India, to bear true faith and allegiance to the constitution and law of the India, to give proper service to the people of India according to the constitution and faithfully to the people without any fear or favor. So this is the one thing. And so these are the oath, or what are the swears he before entering his office he takes this oath. So next, the term of the governor's office. A governor normally holds his office for a fixed term of 5 years. However, there is no reason, or there is no specific provision in the constitution, but he can be removed by the president at any time, or he can give his resignation to the president by addressing a resignation letter to the president. He can resign from his office. So that is the term of the governor's office. Next, powers and functions of the governor. So these are very important, which you have to remember every time, that powers and functions. First, I am going to discuss about the executive powers of the governor. All the executive actions of the government are taken in the formally in the name of the governor. All the executive actions are formally taken in the name of the governor. The chief minister and the council of ministers are appointed by the governor, and the council of ministers hold their office during the pleasure of the governor. The governor appoints the advocate general of the state and determines his remuneration, and he holds his office during the pleasure of the governor. The governor appoints the state election commissioner, but the state election commissioner can be removed only in the way and in the ground, like that in the way of the removal of a state high court. So this is one type of that executive function that governor performs. Next, that he appoints other important, that he appoints the members and the chairman of the State Public Service Commission, and though they are can be removed from their office by the president, but they are appointed by the governor. So this is another executive function. And one more thing, this is very important, that the governor can ask the chief minister regarding the affairs of the administration of the state, regarding the administration of the state and the proposals for legislation, and he may recommend the president, governor may recommend the president for the imposition of the president's rule in case of a breakdown, constitutional machinery breakdown of a state. And during that emergency period, the governor plays the most extensive executive power, because he acts as the representative of the president at the state level, and then he acts as the chancellor of the universities, and he appoints all the vice chancellors of the universities in the state. And so these are all the executive functions of the governor. Next, I am going to discuss about the legislative powers. The governor is an integral part of the state legislature. So the governor can summon or prorogue the state legislature, and he can dissolve the legislative assembly. Here I want to tell you the meaning of the summon and prorogue. That is, summoning is the process of calling the members of the parliament, and prorogation means the end of a session. So prorogation means the end of a session, and summoning means the process of calling all the members of the parliament to meet. So this is the summoning and proroguing of the state legislature. And he can address the state legislature at the commencement of the first session after each general election, and at the first session of the each year. So this is another important functions. Next, he nominates, he can appoint any member of the state legislature to preside over its meetings when the offices of the speaker and the vice speaker fall vacant. So this is another important function, and he can nominate 1/6 members to the state legislative council from amongst the persons having distinguished knowledge in science, arts, literature, in social service, etc. And he can nominate one member to the state legislature. That is, from the Anglo-Indian community, if he feels that the Anglo-Indian community has not been adequately represented in the state legislature. So that is one thing. And he decides on the qualification of the members of the state legislature in consultation with the election commission. And whenever any bill comes to the governor for his assent, the signature, the governor may give his assent, the governor may withhold his assent, or the governor may again resend the bill to the state legislature with some recommendations. Now it is the will of the state legislature that whether they will accept those recommendations or not. If they accept those recommendations, that is okay, but if they not accept, but again those will come to the governor second time, then it is binding on the governor to give his assent, provided if it's not a money bill. So that is one thing. And governor can reserve certain bills for the reconsideration of the president if he considers that if any bill is ultra vires, which is ultra vires, earlier also I discussed, that which is against the constitution. The essence of the constitution, which is against the directive principles of the state policy, and which is against the larger interest of the country, like that only. And he can promulgate ordinances when the state legislature is not in session, and it is the report, it is the duty of the governor to place the report of the finance commission, the election commission, the state public service commission to the floor of the state legislature. Next, I am going to discuss about the financial powers of the governor. So financial powers, that it is the duty of the governor to see that the annual budget, that is the annual financial statement, state budget is laid before the, should be laid before the state legislature, and money bills can be introduced in the state legislature only with his prior recommendation, and no grants in aid can be made without his recommendation, and he can make aids from the contingency fund of India to meet any unforeseen expenditure, and he constitutes a finance commission after every 5 years to examine the financial position of the panchayats and the municipalities. Next, the judicial powers. The judicial powers and functions of the governors are as follows: that he has the power to remission the punishment, to remit the punishment, to grant pardons. And one thing, while appointing the judges of the High Court, the governor is always in consultation with the president in appointing the High Court judges. And thirdly, that he can appoint the members as the district judges judges or to the judicial service in consultation with the state high courts and with the chief minister of the concerned state. Next, the last point what I am going to discuss, that is the constitutional position of the governor. This is very important, that is the constitutional position that I told, that 163 and 164. So according to 154, 163 and 164, these three are very important regarding the constitutional position of the governor. So the executive power of the governor of the state shall be vested in the governor and can be exercised by him either directly or by the officers subordinate to him in accordance with the constitution. That is Article 154. Next, there shall be a council of ministers with the chief minister, as it said, to aid and advise the governor. That is Article 163. And the council of ministers should always be responsible to the legislature, state legislature, for all their acts of omission and commission. That is Article 164. So this is all about the functions of the governor and the role, the composition, everything. Thank you.